This is Maurice Odhiambo, the African teacher, right here in Nairobi, Kenya. So, what is happening with the social media is that it has created these people we call influencers. Now, a typical influencer is someone who develops a voice and a platform on social media, but might not really have much knowledge about anything. So what then happens is that their platforms are appropriated within this capitalist thinking. Their platforms are appropriated by interests that they may not understand at all. They may not have the education or the intellectual capacity to understand those interests. And so, they get paid huge amounts of money to use their platforms to profile certain interests. And as I said, they may not really understand those interests properly because they do not have the intellectual capacity to really understand what is going on in the world. They are relatively young, most likely, sort of people who have just come out of college. So their understanding of global realities, their understanding of the interests that inform the capitalist system, for example, is actually very limited. But they have a voice that they can trade. They can sell that voice. So what happens after their platforms have been appropriated is that they create certain risks to themselves. They create certain risks and vulnerabilities to themselves because they see themselves as, having a loud voice, and they can use that voice to make a lot of money and sustain newly acquired, most likely very expensive lifestyles. Now, once they become dependent on their so-called donors, they are incapable of analyzing the risks that situation has created. So they go on and on and on and on, and the result is that depending on whether they keep their side of the bargain, and their side of the bargain does not just mean voicing things. It might mean having to really contend with difficult ideological situations and decisions that are of a material nature, but driven by ideology. So that one of the outcomes possibly could be that since they're in these vulnerable situations, which they don't understand, they get unalived